Now this is a must-have for every single lab. Keck clips. They stop your glass from falling apart. Now, there are the plastic ones. They're made of polyacetyl, which is paraformaldehyde. So, if you haven't noticed, if you get acid on them, they just explode and split into pieces and smell like formaldehyde. And they're expensive and they also melt. You can buy stainless steel ones, but they rust and also they're not cheap. What you can also buy are these kind of wire ones. They're also overpriced. So, me being me, I bought a big thing of annealed baling wire. You can find this at any hardware store. It's used to fix up fences and all that kind of stuff, but it's perfect for this. So it's annealed, which means they heat treated it, the steel, so it's flexible because normally the steel is kind of stiff. And all you have to do to start is bend one of the ends into a loop so it's not sharp. Get a flask with a joint on it, hold that down, loop it across and over like that, and then this is about a pinky behind that one there. You go ahead and loop this over like that. Twist this down slightly so it's arched. Put this back onto the thing you're trying to use as a form. Now you'll notice it loops over like that. Now you simply loop it over on the other side, on the top. Again, we're going to loop it over, but this time we're going to loop it across here. Like so. It'd be better if you straighten the wire out before you use it, but you can always fix it while you're doing this. So it looks like this right now. And I'll straighten this out a little. Now you put this back over your form. Now you loop it down and across. And that completes it. So cut off the access wire and loop it over like that. And because we're forming around this, it's loose, obviously. The wire expands slightly when you unforce it. I think I'm gonna go and make a 3D model that I can 3D print out that holds that's slightly smaller, so the wire comes pre-tensioned and it'll fit just on anything perfectly fine. And so to remedy this, we simply take it off. And now this is the interesting thing. Because this is crossover, it's inverted, so you can see if I squeeze here, that expands. So I'll go ahead and hold both, squeeze it, and then also compress it downwards. Like so. And this side also should tilt downwards very slightly, so it's arched. It looks like a frog. You have the feet there, and you have the frog body. And now you'll see, fits on your glass. Okay, looks like the bottom needs to be tightened slightly. And now let's try it again. Still a bit loose. So we go and bend this in further. And also this top part, I'll go ahead and flare it out so it's easier to put on. And there you go. Though I would rather prefer that this is more like that. More bent inwards. So it makes more contact with the glass. Okay, that is better. And then the final touch is to go ahead and curve these prongs upward. So it's like a flattened frog. And kind of squeeze it a bit to get it to form nice. And there you go. Now, of course, if you tug on it, you can still pop the parts open, but keck clips aren't really supposed to support much weight, and you can help that a bit by squeezing that part in a bit. Okay, that one isn't even contacting the glass at all. So yeah, you will have to fiddle around with it a bit. I think, you know, I'm gonna 3D print a mold or a form that I could just wrap around it. It'll fit this perfectly pretty much on the first try. So yeah, that's the hope anyways, but I think that's good. And I'd also recommend tempering them. Which one's the tempered one? This one is. So that one just kind of snaps on there, and it's a lot springy and stiffer. So the way you can harden them, or temper them. Is it tempering? I think it's hardening, right? No, it's quenching. Get the wire red hot and dunk it into cold water very fast. Kind of like that, and now it's a lot more springy. You can see it doesn't really bend, and that one's a bit tight, but it's a better fit. Is this the one I just made? Yes, it is. I can tell because it's a lot more wonky. I kind of suck when it's on camera, apparently. Try to get it as good of a fit as possible before you quench it. And let's do this one as well. And quenching it just makes it so it's more springy. If you want, you can chrome or nickel plate these, which will make them last a lot longer. Obviously, they will rust, but frankly, this wire is so cheap and it doesn't really take much to make these. But if you want, yeah, go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna see about making a 3D printed guide for you know, quickly making one of those, with all the, you know, with even like little extrusions, so I can just wrap it without using pliers. If I do make one of those models, I'll post in the comments in a few days probably, or a few hours. Depends. Just come back and check periodically if you want a 3D print one. Now, obviously, using a matte gas torch for this is not very efficient. I do have an electric furnace, so I'll probably use that in the future a lot more than a torch. That's very wasteful of gas. But there's another annealed one, a quenched one. And that's a lot, you know, it's a lot tighter. So there we go, that's how you can make your own keck clips. And for cheap too, this entire roll is just $15. And I can make so many of these. But yeah, there you go.